They've ruined it. 28 days later was a thing of beauty. 28 weeks later was still fun to watch. And that's where I think it all went wrong. These two movies set up the perfect third installment. 28 months later. What do you mean years, guys? You're missing a key increment. Even with this mishap, I did go to the theater to watch this film. And holy moly, it's terrible. It's wildly inconsistent, refuses to explore its own ideas, and more than anything, only exists as a build-up to a sequel. Oh yeah, and there's zombie. You like zombie? This is probably too much cussing for YouTube already, so I will attempt to hold my tongue in this video, but you'll soon see. This movie is very difficult to not get angry with, especially when it's falsely rated as one of the best films of the year. Let's start off by talking about the Teletubbies. The way this movie starts really had me going. These colorful guys are scary enough. Combine that with a bunch of zombies running in the house and you're off to a banger of a start. Once you see this scene between a priest and a kid, and this priest accepting all the zombies coming in as Judgment Day, it makes you think it's going to end up going the religious route, explore those ideas. Unfortunately, that will not come up again, but it had me excited. The movie started off not that bad, and honestly, throughout the first act, it stays pretty consistent. We see how the world looks 28 years later, and how the zombies have evolved. We get introduced to the best possible village for a zombie apocalypse. It has this nifty path system where the tide closes off the path at a certain time. Also in the first act, we see all of our family relationships, specifically a father and son one. This is Spike and Aaron Taylor Johnson. These two's relationship is very strained in the beginning. First off, Aaron Taylor Johnson is pushing Spike into a world that, although he needs to learn about, he might be too young for. And also, he's cheating on his sick wife, and Spike knows about it, so it's not a likable fella this time around. I really wish he stayed likable, because maybe that would have kept Spike here, and we wouldn't have had to see the movie play out as it did. Because it turned sour from, like, this point on, pretty much. Spike decides to take his sick mom into Zombieland on his own, after going out for literally the first time. Already a pretty bad plan, but it gets worse when you find out it's in order to bring her to a doctor. Not a provable doctor by any means. Just somebody that has been referred to as doctor. The only thing we know about him is that he lays out a bunch of dead bodies, so seems like a good dude. At this point, I'm already doubting Spike's decision-making. You continue to, as Spike and his mom try and navigate the forest. Because there's multiple times where Spike should have died, but luckily, somebody random shows up and saves him, or his mom casually, wakes up from her sickness and saves him. Somewhere around here in the second act, wherever we are, is where the movie starts to go into a state of gross out. I quickly realized that these 28 movies are no longer worried about, genuine scares. They just want jump scares and a bunch of shock value. The absolute worst example of this, I guess best example technically, is this train scene. Because back to back we get a zombie birth, which is as gross as it sounds. Immediately followed by the most iconic shot of this movie, the genitals of this zombie. Yeah, this alpha zombie is sprinting through the train, and they are so focused on keeping his schlong right in frame. I mean, it is perfect. It's right there. You just can't miss it. It's huge. I'm doing my best, probably like that. I'm doing my best to describe it because I can't show it on YouTube. Maybe I can show a prop or something. I'll do what I can to put it up. I won't put it up because you don't want to see it. It's horrible. It's flopping around straight in the camera. So why? What's the reason for this aggressive genitalia stuff? It's virality. It's very, very simple. You guys remember the whole Nosferatu thing last year, a couple years ago, or whenever that was? If you have a horror movie and you can find a way to get some, gross out body part in it, specifically genitalia, it's a social media moment. I mean, it's perfect. Everybody talked about Nosferatu's. Now everybody's talking about this alpha zombie's. Which is great, I guess. You're prioritizing clicks while you're making your movie. For me, it completely kills the moment. At least there were things connected to the birth where I'm kind of like, oh, I care about the stakes here, and I'm very much in the moment. But when I see this massive dong flopping around, I'm not thinking about anything in the world. I'm just thinking about the prop or whatever iPhone camera they use to get up close. I don't want to be taken out of the movie by over-the-top nudity unless it's, I'm just saying there are times when I enjoy over-the-top nudity. But the key difference is those moments are manufactured for storytelling and not marketing. The movie really starts to lose it once they actually reach the doctor. Dr. Kelson, that is. This is where I learned that the movie will never ask any questions. Maybe we're saving that till the second. Because you get introduced to this doctor guy who all we know about him is he collects dead bodies and is in control of the infected. The way he's operating and, building this religion, taking control of the world by being morally lower than everyone, that raises questions, questions of moral complexity. What is the deeper relationship with the alphas here? What are the larger philosophical conflicts with somebody who doesn't agree with Ray Fiennes, Dr. Kelson? Of course, we're just never going to touch those this movie. They all get put out there. And Kelson is just like as is, never gets questioned. He explains what he's doing, but it's just that. He explains why he's doing something rather than why what he's doing makes him better than other people. I mean, the dude literally thinks of himself as some sort of god, and the movie lets him be that. He's never really questioned, even with hundreds of skulls arranged into pillars and all these bad sayings. The film just kind of respects him as a dude living life. It feels weird. It's like he should get comeuppance in some way. You felt like there was a setup coming because Dr. Kelson becomes a father figure for Spike, who had already had a father figure. So we're not setting up like a choice for Spike? Have Jamie show... That's his name, Jamie, not Aaron Taylor Johnson. Have Jamie show up, and now Spike has the choice between his abusive former father or a charismatic psychopath with meaning. Even if you don't go that far, just show the darker side of Kelson. Instead, with Kelson, they just continue to frame him as not good, not bad, although what we see is bad. All of his ceremonies that he has are presented as harmless, and that brings the weirdest feeling of the entire movie for me. The climax of the movie really happens with Spike's mom's death. Unfortunately, that's not where the writers want the climax to be, because we're here with Kelson, so just a death isn't going to work. We're going to have to go through this whole ritual. This ritual has Spike, whose mom just died, taking his mom's skull and placing it at the top of a skull tower while the music's swelling, and it's just this like emotional high point. But you're watching what's going on, and it doesn't work. The only way it can work is if you're fully bought into Kelson's rigmarole, which they never explained. Obviously, placing a skull on the nicest spot of a skull tower isn't some holy moment. It's like you're being indoctrinated, Spike. This is all bad stuff. It's a little kid who's doing this. I was pulling my hair out as I'm watching something deeply wrong happen while the movie is simultaneously trying to trick me into thinking that it's good. This would have been a great moment for a reveal of Kelson's darkness. For Spike to realize what he's doing is not quite right. Rather than that, it becomes the cherry on top to the movie just accepting Kelson's philosophy at base level. It's torture as a viewer knowing that something's wrong and not getting to see it in any way being called out for being wrong. In the end, of course, there's just a zombie fight, which is alright. Then Kelson and Spike just part ways with no real explanation, no emotional resolution. So the father figure is just kind of out of the picture, I guess. And Kelson is oddly uninterested in staying with the zombie baby. Seems like that would be right up his alley. I don't know. Any type of emotional fallout is skipped because Spike just leaves the newborn at the gate. We don't get to see any reactions or anything. The villagers will figure it out. Then it's a hard jump forward to what is about the dumbest roundabout storytelling I've ever seen. Spike is almost dead, but he's saved by a cult, a blonde cult, who's doing a bunch of stunts, and they're wearing a bunch of different colors. Do you recognize these guys? Of course, it's the Teletubbies kids from the beginning. Whoa. Completely not connected to the movie whatsoever, and I guess they'll be big characters in the second. Just feels like a completely different film. I forgot that Teletubbies thing even happened at this point. What a dumb way to bring them into the movie. It's a nice little gotcha moment that's just supposed to get people to look towards the sequel. I just hate this movie. I just hate this movie, man. It didn't finish its arcs. It didn't explore its ideas. Or at least the ideas that I wanted it to. And now the movie wants, a trilogy, or is it just two? I don't even know. I think 28 Years Later is a movie that wants to be more than it is. It masks itself with profound ideas that are never explored, and distracts from that fault with shock value, gross out shock value a lot of the time. This movie does not deserve to be as highly rated as it is. As for the Bone Temple, I won't be seeing it personally. There is no way you can fix what has already been so broken. I mean, it'd be impossible to change the title at this point. And with that, thank you, Simon. Specifically you, Simon. And of course, everyone else who watched this one, thank you. I do want to say really fast that I made this video kind of looking back on an episode of Fresh Out the Film, which is me and my sister's podcast, where we're going to the movie theater, leave the theater, and turn on the mics right when we get in the car. So if you want kind of a longer form version of me crapping all over this movie with my sister, check that out. What I meant to say was hello and welcome to the final stretch. First off here, I just wanted to say thank you. All of you guys have been super amazing, and we're getting really close now to a huge milestone on YouTube, which is the 1,000 subscribers mark, and for myself is also going to be monetization. So yeah, to celebrate continuing doing this and crossing this big finish line, I'm going to announce a giveaway. That's right, actually kind of two giveaways. First, we have the adventure book. And no, I am not giving this book itself away. What I'm giving away is your name, right? Whoa. Sorry, but you get your name in here. That's what you get. If you are already subscribed or you subscribed right now and comment this word above on the bottom of this video or any of the videos with this announcement, your name will be included in this book on that page that I just had open. But wait, there's more. Not only will being subscribed and commenting this word under one of these videos get your name in this book, but it'll also enter you into a raffle. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a raffle. One of the last people before we hit 1,000 subscribers and that entries close will be randomly selected in 2026 to win either a $20 movie gift card or $20 worth of DVDs of your choice. That's right. Yeah, no, it's not huge right now. We do have one name to add this week, and that is Ma Rodriguez. Or maybe it's Maro Diguez. I don't know. I'm sorry if I messed it up. Thank you. But yes, you heard me right. All you have to do is comment this word under this video and be subscribed, and you will get your name in the book for eternity, as well as in this raffle for a $20 movie theater gift card or $20 worth of DVDs. More info on the giveaway in the description. But yeah, I think we're done here. So, deuces.